So one of the symbols for this energy of life is the symbol of the lightning. And once somebody has begun this leaping process, they begin to be charged with spirit. Okay, and that charge, their soul becomes charged, their personality becomes charged. And so the new idea of leadership is not that someone is in charge. In a group you can feel who's in charge. In other words, who's carrying the vibration of spirit. And like lightning, that vibration moves. Like an orchestra, one person will be in charge, and then if you listen carefully with your inner heart, you can feel that charge move. And as it moves, it's bringing a different quality into the center. So when we understand electricity and we understand the way groups work as an electrical being, we are looking for, where is the lightning? You know, who's in charge? I'm not sure how these electrical terms translate into Italian, but in English, charge, currency, volt, resistance, light, these are all electrical terms that tell us about the way spirit works. So the word currency or current has got to do with, one, being in the present, and two, the flow of spirit, this vitalizing energy that flows through the heart. Resistance, as an electrical term, is about the capacity of what the current is flowing through to receive this current. And the peculiar thing with electricity is the greater the resistance, the more the light. Okay, which is why they use tungsten in a light bulb, because it resists the flow of current, and so we have light. So the more resistance, the more light. So this is useful in, first of all, bringing the current through your own system. Those parts of you that are resistant to this flow, they will produce light when they're lifted up. And in fact, we could think of the sun as an expression of both the resistance of matter to the flowing in of antimatter. The middle principle is the sun, and it's a burst of light. So the soul is a temporary phenomenon between spirit and matter, produced by the inflowing charge of spirit, and the resistance of matter produces light and heat. So sometimes in spiritual groups, energy comes in and there's an explosion of thought and speech, and this is the light that results from the current. And as this energy moves through your chakra system, it causes an explosion of light at each of the chakras. So those who meditate know that often the mind gets overstimulated. The Ajna center begins to become very active with this energy coming. And then the next step is the throat becomes active, particularly at the first initiation. The most common expression is, I have seen the light. Okay, so the energy comes in and we want to speak about it. We want to talk about this phenomenon that is happening. When we learn to be quiet in the throat, it drops to the heart. And now there's an explosion of light and love from the heart chakra. And when we learn to be quiet with the heart, it drops to the solar plexus. And so on and so on. This gradual expression, we reach resistance as this energy clears out our chakra system. And of course, when we're able to bring it all the way to the base, then we activate Kundalini, which is the energy of will that has been stored in the base chakra. And then that energy rises up through the chakras, and then our chakra system is merely a flute for spirit. We can play any note. We don't so much need the group to balance our energy because our own chakra system is capable of playing any of the 7 notes.